Welcome to the After Hours Print Shop, located in the Floyd J. McCree Theater building at 4601 Clio Road, Flint, Michigan. A minority-owned printing service in your own backyard. Printing, faxing, copying, laminating, and notary services. For more information, contact the After Hours Print Shop. That number is 810.
Hello, hello, hello. How's
Oh,
everybody doing?
good evening, everyone in
Hi,
the snowy
everybody.
week. Hello.
I know we're trying to stay warm, Stephanie. That's how we're doing. We're trying to stay in off these streets.
So as
Yes.
you can see, we are all at home, so you don't have to worry about us.
Hmm.
We're all safe and warm and snuggle buggled at home as we're gonna do this live. We're gonna do our show remotely. So
And Miss
Did
welcome,
you say we
welcome.
were
McFadden is
snuggle
on.
buggled?
Miss McFadden is on from the California. Are you safe out there?
Hi,
Hi,
hi, Miss
Janelle. Yeah, are
McFadden.
you
Hey,
safe? I guess you are. You probably wouldn't be on here talking to us if you weren't somewhere safe. But with
talking to
prayers.
us. That's right.
Yeah, but prayers for the people out in California and our southern, not even southern, even here. I mean, this weather, um, we've come into an interesting part of the weather for this year. I saw Destin, Florida had five inches of snow. So, um,
I
shout
couldn't
out
believe
to
it.
yeah, shout out to our southern friends who are dealing with snow. If you don't know what you're doing, I'm just gonna tell y'all, and we no shade. If y'all don't know what y'all doing, no, just stay at home, okay?
Don't
Right.
drive. That's right. Don't
Yeah,
go out on those streets if you don't know what
yeah,
you're doing.
right. Because
Because
four
it's
wheel
some.
drive
It's
don't mean nothing on ice, okay?
Well, the
mm-mm,
problem with that
not at
is
all.
you might be driving just a Grand Delioso, but you get out there with somebody else that doesn't know what they're doing, and you can still become a casualty. So,
Yeah, so if you don't need
That's
to go
so
Exactly.
nowhere,
true.
if you don't have to, till they get it. Well, it should be warming
Stay
up
in.
now. Yeah. So, hey, Miss J.
Well, you,
Richburg, how you doing, baby?
I got me a
Stephanie,
snow
I
day
said
today.
you got a snow day. I said we're having a real Michigan winter, and all of us are mad.
Yeah,
Like we forgotten
absolutely.
what real winter is like,
Oh
and
my
I
God.
didn't miss it. I
Mm-mm,
didn't miss it. What's
mm-mm.
going on, everybody? It's a lot going on. We're clutching our pearls at home, but it's still stuff out there happening.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
where you
Um,
starting at? Are you starting with your new president? Are you starting with local tragedies? Are you starting with
Do you want to start
the
in and go out, or you want to go out and come in?
let's start in and go out. Let's talk about
In and go
we
out.
have to yeah, we have to talk about our seniors at Hasselbrink. We have to so shout
Yes,
out to the seniors at Hasselbrink that showed up and showed
they
out.
showed up. They
And
showed
for
now?
up.
all
They
and
did.
for all
I heard it was a great crowd. I wasn't able to attend, but I heard it was a good showing.
and
Mhm.
for
Yeah,
I was
everybody that contributed too for the legal fund.
yeah. I
yeah.
think if we exemplified that type of tenacity in other aspects of what we have going on and the things that we have going on, we would see some positive results. So, but shout out to the seniors for showing up. It's
Hmm.
disheartening though to see that we have seniors that are, with the weather being, it was cold. It was below zero out there that day when they had to go out there. So we got our seniors unfortunately had to come out there and with walkers and stuff like that to deal with the foolishness that's going on. But again, sh- shout out to y'all for showing up and showing out.
And
They
the
got
next time
they
they're
got a
due at
court
court,
date,
it's
another
on the
court date.
29th 1 o'clock in Burton again.
Is it the 29th or the 30th, Miss Liz? I thought it was the
I think
30th.
it's
Let
the
me.
Oh,
30th.
sorry. I take that back then.
Okay, so it's the 30th.
I think it's
At
the
what
Well,
30th.
time? Because people want to know.
I believe it's
Okay, what's
9
the
o'clock.
time?
9 o'clock,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Miss Bev, if you're watching,
You
text
know
me.
what?
So,
I'm just gonna go to the
Well, what I'm
Hasselbrink
trying to figure
website.
out.
No, it's
Oh, and
January the
pull up the
30th at
information. What
1
I'm trying to
p.m.
figure.
It's at 1 p.m.
okay, 1 p.m.,
Oh,
January 30th.
okay.
And I also want to say this, a correction from me and Stephanie's show yesterday. Hasselbrink absolutely has been open as a warming center for our seniors. And that's another reason why we're fighting and standing so strong with and for Hasselbrink, because in the most vulnerable conditions, they show up for our seniors and they provide for our communities, not just the seniors on the north side of Flint, but in the entire Genesee County. If you are a senior, you are welcome at
Right,
Hasselbrink. So we want to keep that going. There are
right.
so few resources for people that are financially challenged or that have special needs or physical limitations. The least of us, or those that are financially or physically challenged, are literally being left behind. So that's why we want to support Hasselbrink in their efforts to keep a positive program and great programs, actually, in a positive
And
staple in the community open.
right. And the other thing is you need a place to go and socialize, a place where you're comfortable, where you can be with your friends, because relationships are just so important. And to try to take that away, that's absolutely awful. So
You
Yeah.
absolutely
know,
awful. And you ought to be embarrassed and ashamed.
Well,
I
they're
always
not.
say this about the seniors. Sometimes that
Mm-hmm.
interaction at Hasselbrink may be the only interaction that they may get. Family members may be far away, or so that is their
Mm-hmm.
daily
That's
interaction
a
with
second
people.
family, Stephanie.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's a
you know,
second family, and you want
you've
to
got to
take
be a
that.
cold piece. You got to be a cold piece to
And and new research new research is saying that loneliness is the current epidemic in the United States for all ages. So that's
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
another important reason
Right,
to keep the center open.
And I can see that with us becoming a computer society, right? They want you to do everything on the
right.
computer yourself. Log on, get our app, check your account, make your payment on the app online. Man, look, y'all know how I feel about this computer stuff. I'm not interested. So places that
Right,
allow you to have physical contact with living human beings, those are
right.
going to be
Human
like,
interaction.
yes, yes, those are going to be big deals. I
Human
mean, we're not,
interaction. Hmm.
yes, we're losing our brick and mortar malls. Okay, we're getting to a point where every aspect of your life is going to be conducted from your phone. We're even dating online now. So to lose those type of places for people who are not computer and technology savvy, what are we doing to them? That is literally a death sentence. And I think it's just absolutely, like you said, what type of cold-hearted, what type of black-hearted, cold person do you have to be to take the House of Esther from young, vulnerable parents with small children that are in crisis mode in a community, and then after you knock them off, here you come for the seniors? What type of barbaric monster do you have to be to say you're a public servant, but yet you treat the public in this manner?
Well, someone that's very
No,
short
stop. That's not what
sighted.
public. That's not a public servant. Right. That's not a public servant at all, because that's not. If you're a public servant, you don't do those things. It's
Right.
somebody that doesn't care about people, and really don't care about themselves. I
Clutch your
mean, you
pearls,
can't.
clutch your
You
pearls,
don't have
clutch
a
your
heart.
pearls on them.
You know,
You that low
what?
life,
It's true.
clutch your
It's true.
pearls. Yes,
Right.
yes, that's a pearl,
Exactly.
a pearl. That's
Exactly.
from the we
That's
closing our
a
senior
pearl
facility
clutching
down.
moment.
Yes, it is. On top of after you've closed down the
Yeah.
House of Esther, clutch your pearls and be
Right.
shamed. That's my
Yeah.
grandmama used to say,
You don't
be
care about
shamed.
babies or seniors. Right.
And
You
let
don't
me
care about
add,
either end of the spectrum. So all of us that are in between, they don't care about. If you don't care about babies and you don't care about seniors, you sure don't care about anybody in between. And so, so what is that? January 30th at 1 o'clock, be at court.
Yes,
If you can be there,
yes,
be at court and
yes.
support the seniors at Hasselbring. So that's
And
And
even
make
if you could,
That's important.
and make donations for the legal fund. I'd like to say hello to those of us that are not short-sighted. I would like to say hello to John and Melissa and Tasha and Michael Clack and Sheena and Miss Tanya Burns that have joined us this evening. People who
They're
are
yeah,
on there. Thank you all for.
short-sighted.
Hey, you know what? We didn't tell people to like, click, share, subscribe. How did we miss all of that?
click,
Well, I
click,
put it
like,
in the
and share.
comments, but yeah, click, like, share, and subscribe, y'all.
And
What did
continue to
John
join
Maley
us
say
every other
about Mayor
Thursday.
Neely? He said,
A
what did
leprechaun,
John
The
Maley say about?
leprechaun, Miss Rich J. Berg, yeah, he is. He does have well, you're being nice and calling it
Napoleon
Napoleon
complex.
complex. I want to make it worse. Little man syndrome. Little man, little man syndrome.
Little man.
He called him a leprechaun too.
Little man
Oh,
syndrome.
he
Little
on them.
man.
He
He on
on
the
them.
box of Lucky Charms.
Mhm.
Lucky
Oh, somebody
Charms.
said
That's right.
psychopath.
But that is it's
Oh, Michelle Mary, Neely is a psychopath. He knows people are dying from this water, and well, you know what? But we have to stand up for ourselves. I mean, that's just what it is.
That ain't even shade. That was a flat out diss, wasn't it? So let me put my. I am going
Miss
to say
Taylor,
this.
Miss Taylor Sheena said she said my name. Miss Taylor said
I
my
put my
name.
glasses on with that one.
Can I get her autograph? We gonna send you the autograph
Ah, our
picture.
very own Elizabeth Taylor.
Hey,
You better ask
you
somebody.
better ask somebody about Miss T. You better ask them.
Thank you, Miss
Yeah.
Nina.
But yes, like we were saying though, it's a sad situation that's going on. So if you can donate, even if it's only $1, $2, $5, no donation is too small to be appreciated.
Right.
So please support our seniors, support Hasselbrink, support our community in its efforts to stand up for equality and justice. We really need your support. And this is just the beginning of our community standing up. Okay. This is where we draw the line. I think, in my opinion, we are a little late coming out the block, but never better late than never. Okay. So we're going to start mobilizing as a community because we can't keep standing back waiting on somebody else to step up and save us. Like I said, my new quote for 2025, how can anybody else save you if you won't even assist in your own rescue? Okay.
That's a very good point.
And
Excellent.
I was going to say it does show that we can come together because one of the things we've talked about is how the powers that be, the establishment has worked hard to splinter us as a community, and they've been quite successful. And so
Oh,
maybe this is
absolutely.
something that we can galvanize around and is going to start bringing people together because that's how we're going to get some things accomplished, is when we're working together towards the things that we keep talking about, these issues that we keep talking about, these injustices that they keep doing to us, and they want to do everything they can to keep us separated and apart. So I know they were not expecting to see that big a turnout at court. And
No.
so I was really excited to hear about that because we have been, trying to stay on top of what's going on with Hasselbring.
Yes.
Because you may not be there now, but that's a resource. That's, when we talk about gems in the community, that's a jewel for our community, and we need to keep it that way.
Like the old people say, just keep living. You'll be there. Just keep living.
Yep, you'll be there. That's right.
Mhm.
And
I'm looking forward to going to Hasselbrick to
I
take me
don't
some
know.
hustle lessons, play some dominoes.
Look, while we talking
Play some
that
dominoes.
smack, everybody on this podcast qualifies to be a member. I am a member. I'm very proud to be a
That's
member
right. That's right.
up at the
Mhm.
Hasselbrink.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Man,
we
shouts out to Go ahead.
And we're proudly old enough to be present there, active there, involved there, and supporting Hasselbrink. We're proud to do
Yes,
that.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely want to
That's
keep that
right.
in mind. What else you ladies got on y'all plate?
Oh, okay. You know what? You know we've been talking about this president. You know we've been
Girl,
talking about President Trump. Come
he
on.
has been
That man has
busy.
just, well, but you know what, he's been busy doing what he said he was going to do.
Absolutely. That's
You
what I
know, he
keep
told
saying. He
us,
said
I'm
he
gonna
was
do
gonna
all
do it.
these things to you all, vote for me.
Mhm.
And well,
And,
I didn't, but
and
people
black
supported
people,
that.
blacks for Trump. He said he gonna get rid of diversity,
That's
equity, and
right.
inclusion. They said they might bring
Uh-huh.
slavery back. That one black pastor, I'm gonna give you a couple slaves. No, you ain't fool. You gonna be a slave.
You're gonna
What
be,
in the
you're gonna be. That's right. I mean,
what
he's
in
done
the
gotten rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion, trying to get rid of the birthrights, the citizenship. I said,
day
this
one?
man, but
Anything that
you did see
benefits
that the
somebody.
judge, he wants to get rid of it unless it benefits him. It's kind of like the politics of the city. Same
It's like our
thing.
city
Politics of the
council lane
city is what you see
Not
going
like our
on.
mayor.
I mean, it's just
and the city council.
right,
Lil
exactly.
Trump. We got Lil Trump.
It's the same thing. And he's got his Elon Musk.
Oh, sure do.
He got his
And let me tell
Elon
but
Musk.
Minus
You
the
I
know,
can't
money.
be mad.
you
I
don't know
can't
Minus
be
the
who
mad at
is.
him
money.
because,
You don't know
like
which
I
one's
said,
running.
though, I'm gonna say this. We were kind of sore
What?
because Donald Trump won, but I'm gonna say this with this diversity, uh, equity, and inclusion situation. All of our black men who spoke so terribly about a black woman who has not done anything to them, based off what some other man who doesn't even probably follow the information or research anything. She locked up black men, like I said yesterday. Watch how many black men finna get
If
locked
you
up when
broke
they
the
lose
law,
their
she
job.
did.
When you lose your
Right.
job and you are
Right.
out there doing whatever it takes to feed yourself and your family, we gonna see how many. Because white people been locking black people up since the beginning of time, beating them, killing them, raping the women, and everything. But you vote for a white man in every election. Now you had an opportunity for the first time in
That told
American
you,
history.
Carol.
Yes, that
That
told you
told you
what
what it was gonna
he
do
was
to
gonna
you.
take you back to slavery. And I'm gonna say this about black men, because I got
Mm-hmm.
my look. I'm gonna say this
What?
about black men. Our black men have tried so hard to disconnect. First of all, being black does not make you less than unless you believe all the things that they say about black people. Our black men have literally, not all of them, but I'm talking about the core, have literally abandoned their children, their women, and their communities, especially once they get successful. And which brings me back to this: Nelly, Snoop, and Rick Ross. Like you said, we crucified
Okay.
Chrisette Michelle. She had a
We
nervous
crucified
breakdown.
her.
We shut her record company
She's
down
at the
because
top of her game.
yep. And
Yep.
so now
Because
here it is,
she's at
these
the top
black
of her
men,
game.
yes, and these black men have done the exact same thing she did. I want to see how Black America is going to deal with these disobedient black men who abandon. And then this is what makes me mad about the whole situation. Nelly, Donald Trump ain't never listened to country grammar until this inauguration. He didn't even know
He probably
none of
didn't
your
listen to
songs.
it then.
He didn't know none of your
he don't
songs.
he
You,
don't know nothing
Rick,
about no Air Force Ones. He don't know
none of them. None of them. You are
none
Kelly
of them.
Rowland.
He
And
thought he was
Snoop, he
talking
don't
about the
know nothing about.
plane.
Yes, and Snoopy don't know nothing about no gin and juice, none of that doggy style, doggy world. He don't know none of that. F them other, you know what? Cause I'm
Mm-mm.
dog. We supported you when you was nothing, when you was gang banging and cripping it. We made you acceptable to show up
Yeah.
at the White House. Cause if we would have never supported
I was
them in
so
their craft,
disappointed.
if we would have never supported
Yeah.
you and
I
put
was
and
that
helped
was
get you where you
disappointing.
are, you would have never been able to receive an invitation at the White House. So how dare Anytime black people are trying to organize, how dare any black person always want to break off and go for theyself? And then when you get your throat cut, when you get crucified, Snoop, when Suge Knight was finna tap you upside your head, you had to leave and
No,
go
when
to
he caught that murder charge.
yeah, and when you had to leave Death Row and go on over there to No Limit, we still roll with you. But soon as you came up and the other folks started accepting you, what you do, what you do. And I love Nelly too, but I'm no longer
They
supporting
said it was
anything they
about,
do.
they said this was, I know, I do like Nelly too. I do too.
With
But
his
they were
fine
talking about,
self.
this was about money. That's
Yeah,
what
that's
So
that's
all
it
it
what
was
was
about
they
about.
money when
said this was
Chrisette
about,
Michelle did.
and that was more but it was, this was more important to them. Yeah, it was
The
the
black
same
man
thing
money
for
more important than the black
Chrisette
woman money,
Michelle.
huh? Yeah.
Yes. Because we can go back to what Malcolm X said about the black woman being the most disrespected, because it's true. Because you
It
see what they
is.
did to Michelle Crusette. I was talking about how Carrie Underwood, who used to do Sunday night football, she come out on the big stage singing in her little white sequin dress, but she wouldn't shake Kamala Harris's hand the other day at the inauguration. I was
Well,
on
when I
Karen Bass. I was on the phone with her, and she was telling us how they're trying to blame her about these fires in Los Angeles. And she was talking about, they made the comment because she had gone on this I don't want to say a trip. I can't remember, but they had gone to Africa, and I don't remember what part. But when she was a congresswoman, she was part of the delegation, and they were seeing that something took place. She said, how no taxpayer dollars were used for that, but they want to blame her, and she was on her way. Who knew that there were going to be fires in LA? And it made me
well,
think
here's the
about when
deal.
I was in office, because I remember, well, let me say this though. It made me think about when I was in office, because our conference was in Honolulu. I didn't pay to go to that. The mayor thought my voice was so important around what was going on with water. They paid my way and had to come out and do a press conference to say they covered the bills, not the city of Flint. That was embarrassing. And they couldn't believe that Flint wasn't proud enough that they were doing that, and they slammed me. And that's what they're doing to Karen Bass. There wasn't going to be enough water to put those kinds of fires out.
Girl,
I mean, everything they can point at her as the mayor of that city is what they're doing, because that's what happens to us as Black women.
Well, let me say this too, because first of all, as far as Carrie Underwood goes, when I found out she was a Trump supporter, I was done. As far as Rick Ross and Nelly and all them,
Mm-hmm.
I'm finding out what businesses they own.
Yep.
I'm no longer supporting them. I'm not playing with you. I don't care
We
what's
need a list though,
hanging below your
Carol. We
waist.
need to put a list up for that.
hey,
Hmm.
Gina
The
Baxter
list of
says
the
it's worse
companies,
this time
so
around.
it can be, it's worse this
We
time
lost.
around
And
for
she
these
says it's
men to
worse this time
perform, because
around
they
for
should have
these women.
learned.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't
Well. This
care.
Yeah.
this is
Well,
the thing. Let me say this. It's not that they don't care. It was good enough for Chrisette Michelle, but it doesn't happen to black men. But it does happen to black men, but they make a fool out these black men and let you think you're accepted, long as they dragging and dogging us and whooping us down, because they know half of them are too weak or too cowardly to stand up for their woman. So when they finish tearing our ASSs up, because they know we your backbone, we make you look good, we hold you up. It's no success for you without us.
Girl, listen,
well,
However, let me
some of these
finish. Let
black
me finish.
men.
let me interject here.
But
I think we should also note that Michelle Obama was not at the inauguration, and it made me feel proud to make for
go
her to make
Michelle,
that
a real
speech.
Yeah.
sister.
Yep, I
That's
Yes.
But
right.
you
have
know
to
what? They're
She
interject
so
that.
sure
crazy
did. She
now.
said,
You know what's so crazy now? They're saying because she didn't show up at Jimmy Carter's funeral and then she didn't show up at the inauguration. Now they're trying to put out rumors that they're breaking up, that they're that they are separated or getting a divorce or something. I
And
was
if
like,
they is, so what? That's their
girl,
business.
she just didn't want to. Why would you want to sit there and look at
right.
that man who she has openly said that man put her family in danger. And how many times did he put her husband in danger? So I
What?
wouldn't want to be sitting up singing kumbaya with him and drinking,
Mhm.
acting like we are cool.
Well, he's
I,
gonna
you
Let
put
me.
know,
put us in danger too, Stephanie.
yeah.
Thank
Well,
He's gonna
and
put
I
you.
us in
don't.
danger too. I mean, if you look at if you look at what he's doing, even around the health. You
Mhm.
know, he's not we're not part of the World Health Organization. If you look at who he's
Mhm.
put over, Kennedy, who doesn't believe in anything scientific,
Mhm.
he's
Nope. He's
putting
Okay.
a
us all
Well,
in
non-vaxxer
danger.
and all
so
that.
we back to being the guinea
Yeah.
pigs for science and all. But let me say, and then all these black children that's
Yes.
coming up missing. Some of them are being offered up for organ donings, human trafficking. Somebody says they're taking you for your melanin in your skin. So anyway, they always have a plan for our demise and for their come up off of our hurts and misfortunes, but we signed up for it, so it's going to be what it is. There is a price to pay for your ignorance in voting. You go in there with your attitude thinking you've arrived, you will get bussed down with the rest of the crowd. For black people, especially the black man, to be thinking that you're going to be celebrated and they're going to separate you from your woman, you a fool. We are you. It is no black man without us. Period. So when they come for us, they coming for you, but you're not smart enough to realize that standing with us, you're way better off because we support you when you down and out. But that's a whole nother thing because Black History Month coming. But like I said, just watch what I said when these jobs get to these jobs get to being affected. These groceries going to go through the roof. We already had the pandemic when he let everybody die and sent the PPEs to another country when we so desperately needed them. We saw our nurses and doctors falling apart in the hospitals while they were being overwhelmed and understaffed. So, if everybody want to keep pretending like they didn't see them bodies stacked up in them semi trucks because they couldn't even get you to the cemetery fast enough, just say,
Well, Carol, while you're taking a moment there, I just want to say I really miss that you were not the Flint First Ward Council person because of all that you contribute. And we really, it's just such a vacant spot, not being present at court to support the seniors and the senior citizens center is in your ward just screams of the lack of
yeah.
care and concern for your city of Flint, Michigan, where you're making a hell of a lot of money on the backs of the people. But you've only got one more year down there. You better be careful because then you may not make it.
Elections are coming up.
That's
Over a
right.
million
Elections are
dollars
coming up. Yeah.
by
You
Miss
know.
Tanya, by Councilwoman Tanya Burns, who has been keeping the track of everything he's been gifted financially. He's over $1 million uh, in awards and allotments of financial gifts. Okay,
Well, you
And
so
know,
and carrying guns. I mean, that's a second
yeah.
violation for all of us.
Well,
When
it's just
anyone,
lawlessness.
yes,
It's
thank
it's
you.
it's, it's lawlessness going on in the city of Flint, and we see it, we witness it all the time. That's just how it is. That's how it
well,
is.
it's where there was a video of the person who tore up my signs and the person who was dropping the person off. They parked across from Passelbrink. It was a white SUV. And it was somebody, the body of the person looked like our council person. It looked like that person that was standing on that video with that Draco. You couldn't see it good because they had their
Mm-hmm.
hoodie on because clearly they're
Girl.
seasoned criminals, so they know how to, but their white vehicle was caught on film while they walked down there to destroy my sign. And they say that this person has somebody closely associated with them that has a white vehicle that's exactly like that one. And I was going to take the video to the authorities. I said, but why would I waste my time when they got a
Right.
video of him illegally entering somebody's house with a
Exactly. And nothing's
firearm?
been done.
You got a young
Nothing's been
child
done.
that is traumatized to testify that one of his buddies peed his pants. He was so petrified, and this guy is traumatized and having issues behind this due to trauma. And he's being celebrated. So
Well,
Well,
and speaking of council, we know that there are 4 people that are running for that seat now for what is that, third ward
third ward.
city
who was
council.
that?
And well, we know Beverly Biggs, AC Dumas, Rich Jones, and is it LaShawn
LaShawn Johnson, I
Johnson?
think.
Right. Kerry Nelson somebody picked up something for him, but he's not running. Isn't that interesting?
Well,
Mm.
he's been out of work for a long time just because he wanted to run for that position. And very few of us are able to stay out of work that long. So maybe that's what happened. He just didn't get a big enough payoff to support his leave of absence to
Well,
run
I think
for
that
the
they
mayor's
just knew that
appointee.
it was. I'm sorry, Miss Liz, but I just think that they knew it was dead in the water. There's no way that he was going to be able to. They weren't going to appoint him because he would need somebody from one of the other sides to vote, and there between JWC, Tanya Pfeiffer, and Jared, they were not going to put him in office. So I
Well,
mean,
thank God that they have that much sense because you
mhm.
talking about the money missing. Shush, child.
I wish we didn't have
Mhm.
to wait until May and then August, but it is what it is.
So,
Well,
Um,
ladies, if you want to share, because we don't get a vote, neither of us live in the third ward. I'm gonna ask you guys wide open. Who would you like to see in that seat? Who are you supporting? Steph, you want to go first? Who want to just put it out there? And I'll put it out there. I'm in support of Uncle AC Dumas. Okay, that's who out of all of them. Now, if he can't get it, then I'd like to see either him or Miss Beverly Biggs in that seat.
so
Um,
have they certified everything yet? I know they said
No,
those are the ones they haven't certified. I mean,
I
have
don't think
they
they're certified yet, but
those
um,
signatures?
I don't. I'm not sure. Um,
Okay.
I I'm gonna be real honest with you. I probably don't watch our local news a
I
whole
don't
lot
I
either.
don't know
because
for
it's just
what. Why
not
would you?
for what. So, and I haven't seen anything posted on Facebook or anything, any
See that,
credible
but that's a
something.
problem. That's a problem. That
Yeah,
that you know that everyone has tuned out to the local news. That we don't trust what they say. They haven't put
absolutely.
anything up. That's a problem.
Well, you've seen that they're taking the weather people off of Channel 12, JR Kurtek and all of them are
That's
going
the
to be
only reason
gone.
we watch the news. That's
Yeah,
why
that
we
was the
watch
only
the
reason
news is
we
for the
watched the
weather.
news. Cause don't nobody is cause who cares if somebody's dog is somebody if they've got missing dogs down at the Humane Society or nobody. I mean, we know that. We know if we want a dog where to go to. So
We know where to go.
I mean, I'm
Yes,
just saying.
we do know where to
Well,
go.
they
You're
say you
right.
ain't been down there to get one, so they didn't know.
They're gonna show
Because
it to us. They're
my
gonna push that
lifestyle
on the
look
news.
because my lifestyle is not conducive to have animals. Okay, I likes to go. I likes to hit the road. So
And for
But what is
those
their
of y'all who
reason?
do like animals, for those who do like
Oh
animals,
yeah,
we not
tell
against
them.
animals. We don't dislike animals. We just don't have the lifestyle that would
mhm,
afford us to have an animal. Because animals are like children. And I don't have time for myself, let alone some children. So we ain't
I
against
But you know
animals
what?
now.
Right,
I
and you
had
know
some
what I
fish.
thought you were gonna say?
What?
Okay, wait a minute. I thought you were gonna say because it has been so cold. If you have pets,
Bring it
Absolutely.
in.
bring
Bring
them
them in.
in.
Yeah, I
You
did
Absolutely.
know.
say that last night because
I
you are
know
a
it. I thought you were gonna say it today too.
well, please do. I mean, gee whiz, they know
Okay.
it's freezing out there. It shouldn't be nothing out there that's a living. If you got a plant out there that you can bring in, if you had any kind of heart, you do it. It's just it's freezing out there, okay?
Mm-mm.
It's
Don't
and,
freezing,
nobody
okay?
need to be out there. You
and
know what? This is just ridiculous. That's why I said if you
so
have
The
I
an
resigns
animal,
were terrible.
Oh,
I
huh?
interject here.
Go
In
ahead.
terms of city council, I was very disappointed that the clerk is still not figuring out how to make it easy for the public to sign in to speak. That is denying the public the right to speak. Again, because of a stupid form that can't be fixed, which I have asked her myself to please make it easy. Mr. Woodson was escorted out for no legitimate reason. He wanted to speak. And again, she actually admitted that she changed her procedure, change it for the public's benefit.
Well,
Correct
here's the
that
problem.
before
Here's the
the
problem with her.
council meeting. And if you don't, we will all then have to start asking capabilities. That is a simple request. I am
Let
so
me say this.
angry about that. The
Let
police
me
have
say
nothing
this.
to do with that. Yet you
She
set them up.
she can't follow the most basic of rules for the people. She can't follow any rules that, just like the first ward council person. There is no way he should be the council person. You was just on the ARPA committee for the third ward. And then you went and put your name on the thing to run in the first ward, and you just was on the ARPA committee, and you're supposed to be in a district for a year before you can do that. She holds nobody's feet to the fire. She enforces no rules that keeps things from being murky. The only thing she does is go along with their nonsense. If it helps them mess us around, that is what she is pushing. I am so tired of her not standing up and
So
doing her job.
you're expecting the clerk to do what a clerk is supposed to do and enforce the charter and
Because
go
what
by the
did
rules.
she what did
I'm
she ask?
asking, is that what you're expecting?
Oh
Yes,
my
because
God,
if that
Then
ain't
you're
what
gonna
she
be let down. Stop
that's
well,
the
expecting that.
minimum.
She ain't
And
gonna do it. You haven't seen
Karen,
that?
Karen, I'm gonna
Yes.
get you for that. I'm gonna get you for that.
Clutch my pearls.
But I mean,
You
it's
won't be
ridiculous.
disappointed.
It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous
And
task
that's
that
why that needs to be an elected position. I'm gonna go back to that. That's why the clerk should be elected. So you are
They ain't gonna do
responsible
nothing
to
but
the
steal the
people.
election and
I
put her
know it,
back
but you
in
know
there.
what? Well,
Mm.
but it should be elected. That should be elected. You should be accountable to the people, not the council. That's who you are there for. The people. You're supposed to enforce the rules. So when you expect her to do that job, you're gonna be disappointed.
I
and this
want
is
her to go to jail.
the first time for
When
that to
they go to
happen.
jail, I want her to go too. She know better.
Carol, this is not the first time that this has happened with those damn pieces of paper. It's
She
absolutely
know what she doing. She in on it. She getting her little Timu wig money under the table. I don't care. She's not this slow. She's been down there working too long. I refuse to believe that this lady is this green. What I do believe is she's that weak and corrupt. I used to have a lot of respect for Davina. I used to really like her, but I do not respect cowards. I do not respect people that rob their own communities and steal from their own people. I don't respect a thief, but when you steal from your own, when you steal from the people that held you up, taking care of you and represented for you on your behalf, like Eric Mays did for her when she didn't have a car, rode her around and brought her to work. And that's between them. But to see her fall so
Carol,
weak and to be so pathetic is heartbreaking. I'm
Carol.
just gonna say it. Yeah.
Okay, so Carol, now when we started talking today, you said if you can't stand up for yourself, how you gonna stand up for other people? If she can't
Exactly.
stand up for herself, she can't stand for the people.
well. Then I'm standing up to say, fix the papers before the next council meeting. That is a simple task from that office. Have a staff meeting, work on the weekend, but fix that sign-in sheet before the next class. And I see Mr. Snow is on. Maybe you need to go down there and tell him what to do, Mr. Snow, because I know you know how to do that.
I mean, it's
It
it's
is cold out there.
Yeah, but the leaders, what she was calling them, the leadership may not let her do anything.
Hi, Drulina. Well, then they're not going to let her do anything because, first of all, Goofy, you ain't supposed to be asking their permission. That's the
right.
first problem. She
There you
thinks she
go.
works for the city council because them wigs, like somebody said, that she getting from Timu, they probably putting chemicals in them that's eating up brains out. First of all, you're not subservient to the city council. You supposed to be keeping them in line. Goofy is the other way around. If anything, you supposed to be helping direct and oversee them in a roundabout way, keeping them on track. But she's so weak and pathetic. Weak and pathetic.
Okay, so then let me ask this again because I agree with what you're saying, but I'm also going to ask, where is the city attorney in this? The city attorney has a responsibility to speak
He's
up
helping
and
her.
say what is
You
legal
can't
and what
have a
is not
city
legal.
attorney. She needs what's her name? Davina needs to have her own separate attorney. She does not need to.
No,
Davina
I'm
needs to
saying
go to jail when the
I'm
city
saying that
council goes.
the city attorney should be also has a responsibility to
He
say
should
we
go
are not
too.
following the charter, we are breaking the law by doing these things. He's supposed to say what
You
is
can't
right, or
do
she's
that.
supposed to say,
You
and that
can't
is
do that
not
if you're
happening.
bidding for your boss.
What'd you say? You can't do it if what?
If you're doing the dirt for your boss, if your boss is
Oh,
the one
okay,
doing the dirt,
okay.
what are you gonna? How can you do it?
I would be embarrassed that someone would call my name out because of a stupid form. A fifth grader could prepare the form. This is
Are
not
you
rocket
smarter
science.
than a fifth grader? You remember that
She
show?
too
Are you
busy
smarter than a
helping.
fifth grader?
She too busy helping them do everything that they don't have no business doing. How's she gonna do her job? She got to help them scam on their job.
Well, like I said, it's
Well,
lawlessness. It doesn't matter if we're talking about local, state, or federal. But okay, let me switch for just a minute. I'm gonna switch to state for a minute. Do you all mind if I do that?
Go ahead.
go right ahead.
Because there was an announcement that just came out, what, a couple days ago,
About
about
your
who's
former
running for governor.
congressperson. Oh,
Who's running
No,
for governor?
Jocelyn Bisson running for governor. I saw that. That's
Right, she's
interesting.
running, and we know that Duggan has made it official that he's running. Have the others? I mean, we hear about Swanson, we hear about Garland, Gilchrist. Are they? Yes,
That's
no. What's
just
going on with that?
dicey. Now, that's just dicey to me because so those two ran, Benson and Gilchrist and Nessel all ran like on a ticket together. So
Hmm.
what
Well,
is she?
mm.
Netzel can't come before
Who's the governor gonna support?
Well, yeah, who's she
Isn't
gonna
that
support?
interesting?
a
Gilchrist isn't
Republican.
running.
A
Yeah,
He
well,
Republican.
he hasn't made it official,
he
but
hasn't made
I'm
it
just saying
official
you
yet.
hear that he's running. You hear
Uh,
that Swanson is running.
okay.
Um,
And then that's gonna be interesting because Swanson, I mean, not nobody has like said anything or like has made anything official because of course he hasn't made it official that he's running, but they had him on the stage at the national convention. So that
and
kind of,
somebody got him there.
yeah, I was
Well,
about to say
Somebody got him there.
somebody's putting them in position.
yep, and
Hmm.
they didn't have the mayor up there. What was that all about? Oh,
Well,
oh,
they
That
didn't
was
have,
about they
but what?
can't be a
They
so.
didn't have no step stools.
Oh,
Look here. They was trying to do something positive. They didn't need nobody to scam, to rob their own community or nothing like that. So his services wasn't needed. Ah,
I like my answer better.
I, I do too. I thought that was a good one. Okay, dang, Carol, did you just do this, Carol? Was that
I
shady?
did.
Oh,
They
see,
didn't look. They don't
Stephanie.
need nobody to steal the bags. No elections, because this area probably was gonna vote for Kamala the majority anyway.
That's blue glasses. What is
That
that?
can read and write and comprehend. Now we have some who are holding positions, sitting on school boards, being the mayors of cities, and can't read their own literature, can't make a sentence. And we understand this is who they like to represent our community, because then they can rob us blind with these people who, if they read a sentence, they can't comprehend it.
Well, that's
On the
what they're
school
doing is
board.
we're, yeah, being robbed blind, this
Yeah, by
community
our own. And they
by
so
our
happy to
own.
run around and grin. Every time you see Sheldon Nilly, these streets is pathetic. It's a sheet of ice over here. The whole first ward, the main streets is plowed out. These side streets is terrible. And then he always running around for some photo ops, grinning like he read books or something. Boy, bye.
Like he reads books.
Not like
Okay,
he
I'm
reads
back to this
books.
now.
Okay.
Read
Okay.
anything.
Now
Read a
that was
pamphlet.
a little shady.
Look, read your literature before you put it out. Can you at least do that? Would you please read your own before you put out your literature to the community, sir? Would you please fact check it and make sure that all the details are proper? Don't worry about no misspellings. Just make sure they ain't lying and saying you got a degree when you barely got out of
Oh,
kindergarten. Okay,
Amen
let me
to
stop.
that. Amen to
Okay,
that. Picture me in my sunglasses.
s- so
I'm
so
done. I'm done with the
we're gonna
show.
have to watch this thing at the state too, because you know what, all of these positions are important because we see how they all played out when we were, during the water crisis, what we needed each of
Absolutely.
these elected officials for. And so we need to pay attention to that race as well, because sometimes we get lazy and we let things slip through the cracks, and then we
So we
look up
got
and it's like, who
governor.
got that?
So
Yeah.
We
wait,
got governor.
before we leave the top, I want to talk about the fact that Nestle really shouldn't
Hmm.
enter the Flint city limits after the way she put her foot and stopped the whole water in the court procedure. I don't think she should come to the city limits and enter the city. She has not been a friend to the
Oh,
city.
as you mean when
And
she
she's
kept saying
term
justice?
limited, isn't she?
She stopped the court
Mm.
proceedings. We had a court case going on about the water. She and Kim from
Oh,
Detroit.
because it was
Kim Worthy.
unconstitutional with them putting that one person grand jury in place, and they should have known that that was unconstitutional. So you're saying when she told us justice delayed is not justice denied, that was not true.
Don't come to Flint,
Mm.
Nestle. Don't
It
come to
was not
Flint.
true.
Well, Miss
We
Liz, I
Well,
think she's term
she
limited.
should be able to come to Flint. She should be
She
able to
probably
come to Flint.
scared to. She ought to
No,
be scared to and
and she
ashamed.
shouldn't be scared. She should be able to come
Yes,
to
she
Flint.
should.
She should be able to speak. She should be able to do everything she needs to do
Hmm.
because I guarantee you, not one of these folks is gonna show up. And if they do, they're gonna be scared to say boo. So she
well,
should come through
You mean
here.
to her?
well,
Right.
she'll be able to come to Flint like the governor does. We'll find out when they're leaving. We don't know in advance, only when they're leaving town. So yeah, she probably can come into the city, but we won't
Well,
know about it
that's
until she's
because
on the
the
way
mayor's
out.
office. That's because the mayor's office handles stuff like that, and so he saves all that, so he can have them to himself, and he can get him. Hi, I'm the mayor, and can
And
I
take them
kiss you?
and get a picture.
Yeah, can I kiss up to you? Cause I'm in a bad way. I ain't been doing my work. Yeah, and I'm a regular old low life. But if I get a picture with you, maybe they'll believe I'm really doing some work.
Well, it'll be
And
a
then
short picture.
cheese.
I
It'll
don't
be a
know. I
short
won't.
picture. That picture will be real short. So
Is that pun intended?
intended,
Yes, yes,
intended.
yes, it was. Oh me.
So we got Dana
Well,
Nessel coming through here, finna tell a bunch of lies. What else we got? So we got Governor up. What else is up? Governor.
I saw a video of the governor today. She was learning a new dance.
Oh gosh. Oh my God. I'm embarrassed to
Any
What,
even
the
think
Cupid
that.
Shuffle? She learned the Cupid Shuffle.
Mm-mm. It was, I
anywho,
don't know.
enough about her. So in 2 years, when it's time to go again, they'll be doing that congressional seat again that
Hmm.
Kristen Rivet has. All
They'll
the
be doing
city
state
councils,
rep,
Oh,
state
all the
rep,
city council,
city
state
council,
rep.
when she was
the
at the library,
mayor.
when she was at the library Sunday, I asked her to make a donation to Hasselbrink because I think that was a jump off of what happened over at Hasselbrink, wasn't it?
What she say?
Oh, she said of course, she didn't know anything about it, but her aide did. But I said I will be expecting to ask the Hasselbrink people, did there a donation come in for her from her for the legal but she just denied she didn't know about it. But that's okay. Now she does because a
So yeah,
resident
then
of the
let's
city
keep it out
told
in
her.
front until we receive that donation from her when we on these podcasts. And let's let it be known we have yet to receive her donation or her representation. So what is she waiting for? Because we needed her like last year.
So is question for you: did Peters run this year for the
Mm-mm.
senator? So will he be up with this next term?
I don't
Next two
know because he
years?
just got it. He got elected, and those are 6-year terms.
So he just got elected in this
He
past
got a
election?
couple years ago. Yeah, a couple. Yeah.
I'm wondering,
Was
is
it a
this
couple
one?
years ago? But there are theirs are 6 years.
What about the state senator? Because who's our state senator now? Is it still Don Cherry? I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
sad.
it's Cherry.
So is he gonna uh, I wonder
Is he
what's he
termed
gonna do?
out? Is he termed out?
No,
I
no,
don't think
he's
they
not termed
term
out.
out of that senator seat, do they? I don't think they can term out. I don't think
No.
there's a term limit on those.
Oh,
I don't know. It's not a time limit on the
But we're
senator
in
seat.
election mode all the time, it seems. So there are a lot that will be coming up. There are a lot that will
Hmm.
be coming up, and we need to pay attention because we need some good people in those seats. We need some people that aren't afraid, that
yes.
aren't
Let me say
And
this.
scared.
you know what I was looking at too? They have that I saw that Jeff Wright is still the drain commissioner, and I'm thinking to myself, why has he been able to hold on to that commission to that job? He's held that job all the way through the water crisis and everything, and hasn't done a
Because he's
doggone
ineffective,
thing.
and that's what happens around here. Ineffective politicians get to keep their job.
And
Just that's just what it is.
he has access to a lot of money. He can buy that.
Mhm.
That's a lot of money. Water around here. That's a lot of money.
Mhm.
Just my water bill
Absolutely.
alone might keep him there.
And Miss Richburg said that all these people were doing the work for the first ward. Because like he said when he was running, when we were running, you see his work, you see what he doing, robbing the community. And then talking about what work. I mean, the whole first ward is a sheet of ice. What kind of work you doing?
I think he's
Mm.
talking about those houses that he's doing, but it's funny to me because you're not doing
He's
those houses.
but
You're
he
not
but
repairing the
he's
houses for
for his
the
business.
you doing that for your business.
Well, I guess if you work for yourself, you're doing an amazing thing in the community. I guess
Oh, I didn't know he was
Michelle.
the CW. So Michelle Merritt said that not only is he the drain commissioner, but he's the CEO of KWA. Well, that explains everything. Okay, because KWA then got their money too. So,
The
That's a lot.
CEO and the CEO. Oh, okay.
okay,
That's
well,
why he
hey,
don't do nothing for us, and that's why they
yeah.
keeping him in the position because they getting the money. And I'm gonna say it again: you ain't getting a dollar from that water crisis until all of us is dead or been moved, or they've taken the city back. Because when they take the city back over, then they gonna release that water money, and then they all gonna get paid, and we ain't gonna get number poison, dead, and cancer. And these attorneys, including Trishelle Young, gonna be sitting up there waiting for her next drop because she's already got her millions. Okay, if didn't nobody else get paid for the water crisis, these attorneys did. But like I
And then
said, Flint wants.
and these local elected individuals are seating themselves on the ethics board, and they're doing these things that are unethical.
Girl,
So
Well,
how,
that board, they might as well call that the Scrabble board or
not the
the
Scrabble
Monopoly
board.
board, or they can call that board
The
anything
the
else but the
criminal,
Ethics and
the criminal,
Accountability Board.
the criminally unethical board.
yep,
That's what they need to call the
I'm gonna
criminally
call it the
unethical
Scrabble
board.
board because they ain't doing nothing. They don't
no,
make a decision. They don't make a act. They don't follow through on the action. The
They
no,
running
president
interference for the mayor's office. That is what they're doing. They're making
and
sure.
Trishelle Young is a blocker.
and they
She is a linebacker for them because she's blocking everything.
For the
don't-
administration. But then they're saying she don't live in Flint. They say she live out in Flint Township with her husband somewhere. But
Miss Lee,
but no matter what, it's not like Davina's gonna check up on any of this
oh,
even before they put their name on the ballot again. It's not
oh,
like Davina's gonna even ask a question or take a peeky peek at anything. So you can live on the moon and be on the city council around here as long as Davina's around here.
Miss Liz, what were you about to say?
well, I just think that there is no ombud. So how could there be an ethics board?
Well,
They
they
don't have.
removed her. They removed her so she could quit doing her job, and then they knew she had just dropped her daughter off at college, so they fired her. Okay, then rehired her as something else, and they knew she had a daughter in college that needed health insurance. So that's how they do you. When you try to stand for what's right, they come for your finances, your livelihood. They tear down your character. They lie and say you costed such and such some money. They say you're stealing like they did Karen Weaver, like he found all those millions. You ain't found no more money. He ain't found no money since he been the mayor, though. Hey,
Listen, I wish they were doing fact check when people were lying on me.
There you
But
go.
girl,
I guess what I do. They should
yeah.
have been doing fact check then.
Listen, if they
It's
fact
just like,
checked around here
huh?
right now, we got so many people telling lies and half truths and and
Well,
fairy tales.
it
They
doesn't it
telling
remind you
fairy
of Trump
tales.
though? It reminds you of right up at the president.
They
He
act just
didn't
like
want
their
he didn't
president,
want his
though.
stuff right. He didn't want his stuff fact checked during the debate. Remember, he said, "I don't want fact check." I said,
No,
"Okay,
because how could I lie if you're fact checking me? How am I
right.
supposed to
Well,
win if I can't tell any lies?
that's right." And that was why Neely wouldn't debate me.
Hmm.
Didn't
Well,
do a
how is he
debate.
going to debate somebody when he don't know the issues? And he's not the mayor. He's sitting in the mayor's seat, and some Republican is calling him, telling him what he got to do, and he running around with his cabinet. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They say we got to
Yeah,
steal from the north side. Yes, sir. They say they want the water funds. Yes, sir. They said we better not give none of them ARPA funds to the community, or I'm gonna lose my job. He thought he was gonna be but I tell you what,
and
mighty
still telling us
whitey,
the water is good, Carol.
mighty whitey made a fool out of him. Because when I say here's a man who's made a career out of destroying his community, and now he's pimped out, turned out, used up, dragged all through the mud. I can't wait to see what he's gonna claim he's done
Uh-huh.
on this
And he's gonna
next go
see that
round.
his support is gone because you see they're pulling out from him.
He gonna be sitting there. I
They're
got y'all
pulling
some
out from
trash
Neely.
cans.
That's
I
true,
got y'all some
Mary.
trash cans.
That's true.
Well,
He's
his
losing his support, inside the city and outside the city. And people are openly talking about it as well.
Yeah, because
well
they
his
talking
first
about how
indication. His
I
first
don't
indication on that should have been when he did that how they played him about that congressional seat. Cause they shut
yeah.
he
that
could,
down. They was just like, "Oh, you might as well go do something else. Don't even you gone,
Mm-hmm.
gone. You
and
just
then they
gone."
called each other. And then they called each other. Big bucks Chuck. You bet not give him $1. He's not getting that seat. We got somebody for that.
No, they
I
didn't
Right.
hear
even
that.
call and say that. They called laughing to about girl, he thought he was gonna get that seat, girl.
Like
You know
there's
he ain't
no
called
black
to ask
people
us
to
for some money.
look, there's no if he becomes the congressman, there's no black people for him to rob up there. What will he do up there?
Mm-mm. Nah, cause they keeping their foot on his neck. He
They
ain't
got
and
they
Yeah.
he
got their
has
foot
nowhere
on.
to go.
He on his
Yeah,
back
that's
like
true.
he on his back fighting like a dead roach. Okay, you know how them dead roaches be on their back. He on his fight back, and I learned that at a HBCO. That's where I seen the dead roaches on their back. He on his back like that though, trying to act like he's still on his feet, but he's not.
Well,
Tap dancing and
that's
singing all the way. Miss Janelle said, "Yes, he is,"
what did you
and he
say,
tried.
tap dancing and singing? Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
listen, this the problem. He can't really tap dance and sing like he used to because they didn't change the beat on him. They ain't even letting him know what song he dancing to no more. He just out there.
He's just dancing.
He just out there. All off beat, doing dances from the 70s, making a fool out of
Well,
stuff.
maybe he'll run for state rep.
Now maybe he will.
Can he run for state rep again?
He can put his wife out and run for state rep. Heck, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, or maybe they can share the job. Maybe it could get done if both of them are on.
It is being
Well,
shared.
both of them doing
Carol,
it
that's where you're
now.
wrong. Exactly. They're already sharing the job. You look at it. So he's doing the city, the state, running the media because they ain't giving us the news. I mean, really.
And
Somebody
running
said he bought an ambulance with nothing in it but a bed, no defibrillator, no oxygen tanks, no band-aids and sealers. They so
just a
crazy.
just a glorified taxi.
Look, and then it had a
A
bed in
Uber,
it.
a Uber.
It had a bed in it, not the stretcher that lift up and down. He rolling out with a bunk bed on wheels.
Well,
Uber
Y'all
with
know how
a
silly
fleet
I get.
it,
ambulance,
it,
a Uber ambulance.
He pull up with an Uber and lay the seat down flat in the third row. Just glide me here.
and that's why, yeah, and really, that's why this is just it's really important. It's really important that we get some people, that care about the
Yes,
city, that want to be public servants.
So
Because
yes.
what
right
are
now
you
we don't
saying?
have it on a lot of levels. I'm saying we don't
Are you
have that on
saying
a
you
lot of
running for
levels.
something? Are you
I didn't
saying you?
say I'm
I
running
mean,
for anything.
well, we know you care, so we thought you was pitching yourself, okay? Because I
No,
was
I
gonna say
was not.
I was gonna say I support you for what, senator or
Uh-uh.
Congress or mayor.
Nope, I'm not doing any of that. But I do think it's important that we keep bringing people information and educating, informing, and calling people out and letting them know when somebody doesn't have their back and they're selling us out. I think we have a responsibility to speak up about that.
This is
Absolutely.
what I want to go because you said something and we got off track when you were saying you couldn't go to Hawaii even though somebody else
Hmm.
sponsored the trip every time they had a problem. But yet here we have Liddell and Candace that is taking taxpayers' money, went on a weekend because who conducts business on the weekend? Went
Hmm.
on a weekend retreat with one
Hmm.
another at the expense of the city, and nobody said a word about that. And you're right. Every time a black woman wants to do something, they watch our every move. They every look, cause like I'll go back to when I was on the school board. I wasn't even doing nothing. I was on Channel 12 News 2, 3, 4 times a week, especially if I talked about renovating Whittier and Central, which is on their agenda coming up. Every time I spoke about doing
Hmm.
something for the public school system, bringing Whittier and Central back and trying to offer up a real education to our young people in the city of Flint in our school district, all hell broke loose because they want that land, and I guarantee you, Joyce Ellis McNeil is finna sell us out to GISD or either Mott. This lady has no regard for our children. You don't even hear them hardly talking about kids, okay? It's all about getting your pockets laced. It's
Well,
Well,
all
it's
and
about
I'm
go ahead, Mayor
go
Weaver.
ahead, Liz. No, I was going to say something else we need to be talking about, and that's very important is this charter, because the charter needs to be changed. They have screwed the charter up, so I mean just massively screwed that charter up, and we need to be looking
Uh-huh.
at that as well.
yeah. Oh, and that was some of Quincy Murphy's work. He boasted about being on the charter commission, and the charter it's
Hmm.
contradictory, and it's a mess. It's a mess, but it doesn't matter about that, Mayor
Yeah,
Weaver. That doesn't even matter because it's not like they're using the charter. So why fix it? They're not even going by the charter. So
because we're going to get
Well,
some new people in. We're going to fix it for new people because we can't let this can't continue. Really, it can't continue. We need some
it's
people that are
terrible.
about the business of the city, that are about the business of the people, that can't be bought and sell us out all the time. And so we're
And
going to
they
get it
so
in
cheap.
order for them. Right. Like I
And
told you,
they
like the
sell
blue
out so
light
cheap.
special at Kmart.
They
Yep.
are.
It's the
They
blue light
are. They
special
are.
for
But one
those
thing,
that
but
remember
no,
Kmart.
well, on that school board, they offered them jobs after the school board because a lot of them be challenged and can't get employment. Some of them couldn't even have a master's degree and be hanging up tops at Target. And all of a sudden, once they sell their souls, they can be a professor at U of M, and be on the news and everything else. So I'm just looking at how these people come on our boards, and then I'm looking at their next moves, how they all of a sudden it becomes so grandiose. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yet the
Mm-hmm.
school district, but under their leadership, though, the school district steady plummets, but they're being celebrated for being so great. I just don't understand it.
And if you don't have a thriving school district, you don't have a thriving city, and those two things go hand in hand. And that
exactly.
and that's
Absolutely.
that's a problem. That's a
Yes.
problem.
Okay, so
Hmm.
Miss Richburg says, I think you should do a comeback, Mayor Weaver. Take the state seat, Tanya, as commissioner.
Well, you
Oh
did
I
a
think
yeah.
good
so too.
job as a public service for the community, city of Flint, Mayor Weaver. I mean, and we really do miss you in office. I think the
We
things that
do.
you accomplished were very good for the city. I think you are still with us by participating in local events like
Well,
this.
I care. This is my home. This is my home. I care about Flint. So that's all that's about. This is my home. And
Well,
if you don't
and
care
then,
about your home and where you came from, shame on you. And we see who cares about their home and the people that are here. And
yeah.
it's not many of them that are in leadership that care. They care about what they can do for their pockets, if they can get them a bigger house, what they can buy for their women, that kind of stuff. They don't care about anything else. They don't care that you can't drink the water. They don't care that your sidewalk is jacked up. They don't care that it's leaking in the roof. They don't care about those things. They don't care that you didn't get any money from the water settlement. They don't care that nobody has been held accountable. They don't care. They don't care that they're breaking the laws, that they're taking money from the people that was here for the people, and they need to get out of there. And we need to come together. We need to be serious about this, and we need to get them out of here.
And let me tell you why they also didn't
Yeah.
allow you to stay mayor. And because if you would have stayed the mayor and we would have got that water crisis money, Flint would have messed around and been a black Wall Street again. And
Mm-hmm.
these people, these racist people, these capitalist people, these people that are involved in the gentrification and the demise of the black community, that pimp us out as they should, because it shouldn't be that many pimpable people in your community.
Did you say
And back,
pimpable people?
yeah, yeah,
That's
because I
some
don't want to call
people.
them out their name. And then they not even, and then they're not even high class pimpable
I'm
people.
gonna
They
clutch
low
my
budget.
pearls.
They low budget. What's them blue stamp people? You remember them blue stamps that you used to trade in to get an iron? They them kind of people. I got me a new iron. I
At
got
eight,
a new iron. Well,
at
baby,
eight,
they like I talked to one chick. They got her some Michael Kors purses for and then sitting up crying and slanging snot. They selling Michael Kors at TJ Maxx. They selling irons at Walmart. You in the capital where they build cars. If you go to work, pick you up an extra side job. You can get you a new ride. Okay, this stuff they getting. If you still got to live around here and need anything from around here after you sold your soul, you have been exploited, pimped out, and ran all through. When you get done selling your soul, you shouldn't be having the financial problems after to circle back and steal again and again and again. But they put you on a 12-step program. You got to steal, make a fool out yourself. They mess up your self-esteem. You got to cut your mama throat, take your grandmama social security, and then when you get done with all that, they tell on your dumb ass.
there you go.
Okay,
Well,
Woo!
don't care.
That was a lot. Tell us
take a
how you
breath.
really feel.
Yeah.
You got some people in the comments, Mayor Weaver,
Mhm.
Dr. Weaver. John Snow wants to know if he can interview you for Black History Month. Um,
Yes.
And
and
I'm going to ask him, will he just use proper English if he interviews Mayor Weaver, please?
They want you to put your shirt and tie on if you
yeah, they want you to be professional, Snow.
they want the snowman
We
Um,
won't want you to be
to
professional,
lace it
Snow.
up, straight
We
lace it
want you,
up.
yeah,
But
we
I
want
but
you to lace it up.
and listen, and I want to thank him because he stayed in this fight too, bringing
yes,
information
he
to people,
has.
and that's what we need is we need to be bringing them this information and hitting them from all different angles because we all attract different audiences. Sometimes things need to be repeated. You need to hear it over and over and over before you say, "Oh, I got it now." But people need
Right.
to get this. I remember we were trying to let people know about this the shady charter when I
Shady
was in
Charter.
Yeah.
office. I know the shady charter. I should have these on when I say it when I was in office, and we could never really get around to educating and informing people about what they were really putting in place because I was getting recalled every other day.
That's
So
right.
yeah, I
Mhm.
was fighting to stay in office, but they do all of these distractions on purpose. It's a reason that
Yes.
all this stuff is happening, so we can't come together.
The enemy
It-
of
it's busy.
progress is confusion.
Exactly.
And we really,
Exactly.
and Mayor Weaver, we really miss you because we don't have any visionaries in government here or
We
at the
don't have any
foundation
visionaries, period.
or at the foundations. We are not having visions for the people. We need to have something to look forward to hold on to, and they're not providing any of that. They're just giving out
Mm-mm.
band-aids and they're
They're
wet.
giving
They
out
look like they've been
band-aids.
used.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we
And
need major surgery and they want to give us a band-aid and we're supposed to be
Wait,
happy.
We
I don't
don't
agree
have
with
any
you, lady.
leadership.
I don't agree
Hmm.
with either. I don't agree with you, or you. They do have a vision, and their vision
Yeah.
is to steal all of our wealth and use it for themselves and create generational wealth for themselves and leave you destitute. That's their
And that's been
vision.
a plan that's been in place for a long time and they're just carrying out the plan. And that's one of the things I've
Hmm.
said is there are some people that will put a plan, they'll put a 20-year plan together and work it. And we need to
And
be
that's
about
what
that
they're
kind of
We
doing.
can't put
business
a
as well.
well,
we
and
can't
they
even
have
put a
people
3 month
on,
plan together.
Right,
and
exactly.
they have people on staff with, with doors or whatever it is that consider themselves as planning. There's no planning coming out of City Hall. Let's get real. And Mr. Snow, please try to use your white voice.
He said he know how to do this white voice when he talk to people, when he doing white people in style interviews. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
I
got some
just, you know
things.
what, and that situation, Miss Liz, what you were talking about with the planning, she planned it. She worked it like a job. She planned to get
Hmm.
her business off the ground. She
Well,
planned to
shut the
get
door. Shut the door. Shut the door.
and then she's on what's the name? Didn't she just get put on the PP, what's that, PPA, DDA, or the
Oh,
PP,
DDA down,
DDA?
yes,
I
Downtown
said the
Development
PPA, Lord, the
Authority,
DDA.
correct. Yep, you're right. Hmm.
The
Conflict of
other way
interest.
they
DDA.
cipher money. The other way they
Conflict
Hmm.
of
cipher
interest.
money.
Conflict of interest. I mean, it's disgusting. Shut the door. Shut the door.
Clutch
Yeah,
Another.
your
it's just
pearls, girl. You
it's just
clutch
a
them.
mess.
What'd you
No,
say?
she ain't
Clutch your
doing that.
pearls? That's
Is she
right.
doing that? Oh Lord, not lying, cheating, and stealing, and scamming and scheming.
She ain't
All over.
affecting. Yeah, it's a. You're right. We laugh to keep from crying.
Is
Hmm.
Dana? What Dana
Hey,
Nessel coming here? Is she coming to pick somebody up? Cause what's she coming for? Is she
No.
Dana
I
Nessel
wore
ain't gonna
I
do
wore my
nothing.
shirt. Can you see what my shirt says? Pray.
Pray.
We need
my shirt says you can kill the dream, but you can't kill the you can kill the
the
dreamer, but
dreamer.
you can't kill the dream. That's
That's
what my
Hmm.
right.
shirt.
And
My Dr. Martin Luther King
I
shirt.
want all the foundations to know that quote. Tell them that again. All the foundations in Flint. Tell them that one.
Yes. And then you know what else is so this is the problem. We do be having a plan. Just like we had those people planning to recall all those folks, right? And we had people that actually got out there and put the footwork in, right? And then we got half the people that got out there and worked on the recall, collaborating with the team that they was helping to recall, okay, to get the replacement back on that same team. So they be working a plan till somebody offer them 50 cent, uh, a game of jacks, a sorry board, 2 Coca-Colas, and a
Are you
Cracker
talking
Barrel
about?
meal.
Are you talking about on the first floor of City Hall? Who are you talking about?
I'm talking
Canada.
about so
Canada get.
I'm talking about so many people that start off in the struggle with us, and then we get to going, and they rise up and appear to be strong, and then these same people that set us up for our demise, that's come get in their ear. I cut a tree down in your backyard and buy you a Cracker Barrel, or I give you a little kickback money. Like I said, I watched somebody support all 3 candidates in this city council race for the first ward, and help with the recalls, and then turn around and fight to get Elamine in. But they also said this person has taken money. Okay, so that's the problem. We you can buy us for what's that construction paper with some glitter on there. That's how
Hmm.
cheap these people go. Get you some construction
Hmm.
paper and put Louis Vuitton on it in gold glitter and golden brown glitter and make a Louis Vuitton picture. And you can literally buy some of these folks for that. I mean, it just don't make no sense to
I'm
be
challenging
so
the
cheap.
foundation. I'm challenging the foundations in the city of Flint, because if there's no people here, there won't be a foundation. So the foundations have got to show some vision for the people, not to just keep their foundations alive, but for the people. They could have called up that mayor and said, that ARPA money belongs to the people, and snap, it would have happened. So I expect them to get involved. They're involved anyway. They ought to just do the right thing. We know they're involved. And that's the part. There's no vision coming out of the foundation. Shame on them. Shame on them.
AC Dumas says 5 council persons approved her appointment. I don't know who we talking about.
Oh,
He's
door.
talking about
Door.
Emily Dorr on the DDA.
Shut the door.
Oh.
Shut the door.
That's who he's talking about. Well,
There
you know,
is.
some of
That
these
did happen.
foundation people may be through with your mayor. They may be
Well,
putting their
tell me.
support somewhere else.
Well, what do they need him
And
for?
huh?
He's given all he got to give. He done gave him the
But you know
city.
what?
He done ushered the
But
school
they didn't know
district
how
over there to him.
right. But I'm gonna just say this, okay? Maybe some of them have said something to him. Maybe that has happened. They found out what an idiot he is and
There
how
you
he
go.
doesn't listen and he's tearing things up. And so they may be putting support behind somebody else.
They knew
Well,
he
I'm
was
gonna
a
just say
goofy.
that.
They knew he was a goofy all along. That's why they've been sending him, because they knew he had good sense. Just tell him to destroy his community, yeah, over there by where he grew up at,
But
and we'll give him.
but they wanted it done a little better, a little smoother than what they didn't.
Well,
I bet you they didn't expect him to put people out of Hasselbring to put seniors
well,
on. I mean,
they ought
he's
to
made
talk to
some bad moves. Is all
the
I'm
water
saying.
tastes fresh. That's all I got to
The
say.
I'm telling you, it tastes fresh.
The water tastes fresh to him,
Tastes fresh.
just like he thought he had a degree.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh,
There you go. Fresh degree.
that's
Fresh
hey, that's
degree.
it in a nutshell.
A fresh degree.
In a nutshell,
Mhm.
I'm done.
Stephanie, you done jumped off the plane. He called and told on Stephanie, so she done jumped off the plane.
I ain't jumped off the plane. I'm just listening, y'all. But again, it's no secret how I feel. He he has done absolutely nothing to help these
Yeah.
people. You know how I felt about the situation. You know how I feel about the water. I had to get my mama up out of Flint because of the water. So
Right.
so I just, I mean, again, I say it one more time. I agree with Carol. We can't want more for you than you want for yourself. So if you got folks
Mhm.
out here fighting and you don't, I mean, I just look at all of the stuff that's going on now. I look at the stuff that's going on with even with Donald Trump right now. Now
Mm-hmm.
he they're talking about he's gonna take some of the SNAP benefits and food stamp benefits and stuff like that's where he's working to next. So all of the people that didn't vote because it don't pertain to them,
Right.
guess what?
He's gonna show us how much it does
Yeah,
pertain
it's
to
about to
us.
start knocking
Oh,
at your door.
That's right.
you know
And
what
just
I can't wait? You know what I
mm,
can't wait for?
mm,
Well, let me say this first. I don't
okay.
want nobody to suffer and go without. But what I
Right.
can't wait for is them people who got that little $1,600 that he put his name on.
Mm-hmm.
They voted for
Mm-hmm.
him because of that. Because first of all, that money came from the surplus from the balanced budget that Barack Obama got together.
Right.
And so Barack didn't get to distribute the money before his term was over. So this clown just got in there and slapped his name on it. And half of you idiots, okay, and brain dead people, lazy people, hateful people, simple-minded people think that the world gonna give you something for free and you just gonna be fresh and clean and bust blunts open and party all night, lay in the bed, pretend like you're doing hair out your kitchen. At tax time, you get more back than working class people. Oh, they finna bust you up. They finna bust you up. You gonna learn today. I told y'all a long time ago, we back to the days of our grandparents. You need a skill, not necessarily a degree. We are back to the days where you will be bartering because they are putting money on what? A one world scale where you use your debit card for everything. They're trying to cut out cash. Okay? So that's going to put you back at a bartering state. You need a skill. You need to know how to farm. You need to know how to lay bricks. You need to be a carpenter. You need to be a mechanic. Because if you don't, you're going to be in the field picking crops and cotton like your ancestors. We're going to be out here taking care of their kids and all. We are back to that. That is what this diversity, equity, and inclusion dismantling is about. It's about putting you back in the field. It's about making you subservient again. And our young kids, the worst thing about it is our young kids, especially around here, we didn't give them no education to build on. We let them take the skills center, home ec in the urban communities. They didn't took the skills center from us, which
Yep.
you can go for dentistry, all that. They took
Yep.
all that. We have
Yep.
nothing for these kids. Nothing.
Yep. Yep. You're right,
So who's
Carol.
gonna take care of you when you get off?
Well, I just wanted to say real quick before we go that Mr. Snow, I just thought the way you interviewed Mrs. McClinton was priceless. I think you should play that interview again. I think you did a wonderful job on that. That's when I really discovered you and enjoyed what you can contribute to the community. We all have different venues. We all sit at different dinner tables, but we all have
Yeah.
to embrace the city. And I think you're a part of that. And I think you should have a bigger voice, which is why I invited you to come to council and help us get this damn form fixed so the police
Yeah.
don't report any more of us out over a form. And I just
You know
wanted
I
to
what?
agree.
Sheena Beckton just left a note on there, and she is absolutely right. She said, "Cause the Mexicans and South Americans are getting rounded up and sent home." Absolutely right. I saw something earlier today where they were on the I think southwest Detroit. Was it southwest or
Mm-hmm.
southeast Detroit? Where they were rounding them up. So it's coming.
Mhm.
It's
And he ain't
coming.
disclosed his plans for black people yet. He gonna knock all them off first. So you can't band together and you ain't
Don't
and
get
see black people sit up,
comfortable.
the black people sit up there, that ain't got nothing to do with us. The ones that vote blacks for Trump, oh, we gonna be all right. No, you ain't
Yeah.
gonna be all right.
Don't get
You ain't
comfortable. Mm-mm.
let me
Don't
tell
do
you.
that.
That's just like he
Stay,
told
stay woke.
and this is a lesson for that Hispanic population that voted for him because I guess he didn't think it was going to happen to them.
All
But
down in
he's
Texas.
Well,
talking about the taking the the if you're born here in America, the
Yeah, he
citizenship
wanna violate
designation
your
from you.
constitutional right. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Well,
I
That's the
mean,
first thing.
I thought the pastor or the woman at the church called him out when she told him who he
to
should be
have
more
mercy.
attentive to and caring
that
about.
lady is catching heat now, though, Miss
He
Liz.
made-
She's catching heat.
Listen, I'm ready. We catch hate at
What
city
wait,
council. We get
what did she
threatened
say, Miss Liz?
for a damn sheet of paper. Come on now. So I think she did I applaud her for what she did. And we're all in trouble if we don't start standing up harder and stronger at
Right.
the local level, at the city council. There doesn't need to be anybody escorted out of there in a uniformed police officer anymore. That's disgusting. And Chief, you
Okay.
need to quit it. Stop.
What
And
did
you
she
know what?
say?
No, you
Miss
made me
Liz,
think
what
of
did she say?
What did who say?
What did the lady you're speaking of, what did she say,
Said
Stephanie?
he called him by name, President Trump, something like, we have to find a better way to treat the people, to be kinder, more caring. I'm sorry, my dementia set
She
in.
basically told them to take it easy on the Hispanic population and don't be so quick to just
And
put them
all,
out and all of that stuff
I think she said it for him to be that way for all people.
for all people, yeah. But
Yeah,
she emphasized the Hispanic
he
population.
But
did.
wait a minute, somebody said he took the Hispanic, the Hispanic writing or whatever. He took that off the website for the United States. He ain't catering to them. All this you push one for English and two for Spanish. He getting rid of that. Learn English and get up out of it. He going hard on them. But they voted for him, so whatever he do, let me tell you this. Now, if some Spanish people was in my community and needed some help, I would absolutely help them. But as the whole and that mess that went on in Texas, how they was acting, I wish I would be down there trying to fight for them and march with them. No, I'm gonna go try to hide out, make sure he don't collect me and my little family, because we can pass for Spanish. I don't need no mix-ups. We can pass for Hispanic. I don't need no problems.
Well, and I think we as Black people have to understand our struggle. I mean, my grandmother, my great grandmother was in slavery. We haven't been out of this shit. And what is he doing? Trying to reverse it on all of us, not just the Latinos, but also on the Black people, also
Right.
on the poor people. This man and his billionaires have lost their minds.
They got to
I mean,
have somebody to work for free. Somebody got, let me tell you something. Slaves were not just for working crops, okay? Black
oh,
women,
yeah.
we
That's how
already
you
know
get
what
your
we
color.
had to do. You finna, let me tell you something. Him and Tamara Hall's little relationship, she was consenting. A lot of us ain't gonna get the opportunity. Watch Roots, okay? Just watch Roots. I don't need nobody blaming all this on me. Watch Roots so you can see what you got coming, because they're trying to take us back to that.
I think
All
so.
right.
I really do.
They are. Make America great again.
Yeah, so many people did vote against their best interest, the Hispanics,
Hmm.
blacks, and he made a real fool out of my. And I'm gonna tell you something else. If it's a woman in the world that voted for him, oh, and what he doing? He taking some of these women's child supports, letting the husband, letting the baby daddy claim them on the taxes. I'm thankful for that. Because did you think, as a woman, for whatever women went and voted for him, he said he walks up to women. They already talked about how when he had these pageants, he bust in on the women when they naked. Okay, now he sat up there and said he walks up to women, grab them between their legs, and kiss them in the mouth, and don't ask them. And they like it because he rich. So now when men is just walking up to you, sexually assaulting you, grabbing you between your legs, filling up your daughter who only 14, but she look like she 21 because she's starting to do. Look, I'm not marching with you. Okay, I ain't marching for no. I'm not doing none of that. I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm done with that. No, I'm
Okay.
not.
Mhm.
This was a mouthful.
Well, all right, y'all. Well, it's 8:45. Did y'all want to talk about anything else?
I want to read this comment from, what does this say? Yes,
Hmm.
the Hispanic White House web says it's no longer available, and the button on it says go home.
Oh,
Uh,
how disgusting. How
uh.
disgusting.
Oh well, oh well, oh well. They sat up there and voted for him all over there in a,
Yeah.
in a, in a food line, talking about they voting for Trump. All right, well, he got another line for you.
Yeah.
So
And I
we
told
do,
y'all,
huh?
my one friend at work, he's Hispanic. I asked him, how could you support him after what he did to you guys is at the border, taking your children, and you don't even know where your children is. And he my friend, but I'm gonna still call him a clown. This clown told me that that was not Trump, that was Obama. Okay, well, guess
That's
what,
a cool one.
donkey? It's gonna be Trump this time. He go, since you didn't get it right the first time and understand what he was saying to you, he gonna say it again. He running it back. He running it back.
I have a Hispanic person that I worked with, and she was from Venezuela, and she explained to me that when they come when they are immigrating over here to the country, they don't come over here. They aspire to be white. They don't
Right.
aspire to be black,
The
and
whole world wants to be white. That's a
they
weird
say
thing.
No,
I
they
was just
don't.
gonna
I
say.
don't.
I
No,
don't
they
and they
either.
don't.
and they
I don't either, but immigrants do. They want it.
Oh,
That's
no,
what
wait a
they
minute.
do.
Wait
Oh,
a minute. We might
Okay.
not want to, but there's a whole lot of black people, like our black men, that went and voted like they was white. And they the first ones on day one got bust down. Start worrying about your job, okay? Start worrying about your little job. And no, you can't sleep on my couch when you get unemployed. Women, if your man voted for Donald Trump and you voted for Kamala, when he get unemployed and can't pay his share of the bills, can you please throw him out? He voted
So-
On
against the
that note,
household.
I'm done.
He taking you down, baby.
Okay. Well,
Uh,
before we go, we need to remind people of some things.
yeah, so
We need to remind people about court
Yes,
next January 30th, 1 o'clock. Where is it,
Correct.
Carol?
in Burton. And
in
it's at
Burton.
4094 Manor Drive, Burton, Michigan. 4094 Manor Drive. And it's with Judge Hammond, whose dad is used to be a county commissioner.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
somebody said on here, Donald Trump pardoned 2 cops that had unalived a unnamed black man. So, and I look for them cops that killed George Floyd to get out. I really do. He also
Well,
pardoned
he
2
did all
cops
the
that
pardons for the, that
unalived
January 6th event, so
in
nothing is a
Washington State.
surprise.
So
Right.
And
that's what they're saying.
was mad at Biden for getting his son pardoned. Lord have
Well,
mercy.
he's going after Biden next, so he'll be going after him next.
And the United States will be standing around, well, Joe shouldn't have said that. They goofy selves.
I saw what you said, Miss Jasmine. You right. You right. And I want to thank Mr. Snow for the mural of Mr. Mayor. I mean, Mr.
Eric
Mayor.
Hayes is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Mhm.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And support Hasselbrink. Send a donation because it's just the beginning of the court proceedings.
Right.
We're going to have to start supporting in the city of Flint.
Okay.
So every little bit helps. Send money to, I don't know who it is, but Hasselbrink Legal Fund. I know that. So, or bring it, come to court and support and make your donation there. See you there
Or
next
you-
Thursday.
Or you can mail a check or money order to Hasselbrink directly. Their address is posted on their website, I'm pretty sure. So if you want to send a check or money order, because some people might not want to
But
put their credit
I think they
information.
said you should put in the memo for legal fees, so it doesn't just,
Yes.
so they know what
Yes.
it's for. So make sure you
Yes.
put that in there, so they will get
Yes.
it for that. So that's
May
the
I
other
say
thing.
thank you? May I say thank you to producer Mr. Hendricks for helping me get on Zoom tonight.
And hopefully next week it will be warm and we will be back together in person.
Yay!
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
I
that
had
would
a
be great.
I had a good little thing for our Martin Luther King going into Black History celebration, but because you guys know I'm greedy and I love to eat, so I'll have to
Well,
postpone that.
let's do it. They can join us next. At our next Clutching Our Pearls.
Yes.
Clutch, clutch, clutch,
We're
clutch,
gonna
clutch.
Oh, maybe Mr. Snow can
You-
wear his pearls during the Mayor Weaver interview for
That would be a
support.
nice tribute. That would be
I
a
think
nice
it's a
tribute.
nice gesture. Absolutely.
Yeah. Did Mr. Dumas wear pearls when he came to visit us?
No, but he would though, wouldn't you, Mr. Dumas?
No, don't you let them talk you into that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Oh, real men can wear pearls.
Well,
Come on now. Come on
yeah.
now.
I'm
'Cause
good.
he's a real man. Come on now.
I think I'm gonna have to backpedal. I'm with Stephanie. I don't think I want to be bothered with no man in pearls. I mean,
Oh,
it's just too
it's
shaky
an
these
interview.
days.
It's an interview.
Yeah, well,
We got
okay. To
enough.
each his own.
Okay.
Because first it's pearls,
Okay.
next is lace fronts and nails. Don't get started.
Oh, come on, Carol. Come, Mr. Snow, show him. Show him.
We'll
Show him how to
see.
fill
We'll
up
see what
a
we'll see
damn
how it
formula.
goes. But
Yeah. Looking forward
okay,
to that.
we're gonna sign off. I
All
want to say
right,
thank
ladies.
you all for tuning in with us.
Thank
And
you,
we will.
everybody.
Thanks,
And remember to
everybody.
like,
Have a good
share,
day.
and subscribe. And we'll
Yeah.
see you next time on Clutching Our Pearls.
Clutch, clutch, clutch.